For the longest time, I've read article after article. I've talked with people. I've actually even seen patients with the coronavirus. And almost every single one of them tells me the same story, or I read the same story. And the story is, I was around this person, but we kept our distance. I mean, we kept maybe, a few feet apart between me and the other guy. Or I was in this store and standing in line, or I went to church or a social gathering, and nobody in the gathering was sick. None of them were sick. Nobody was coughing, nobody was sneezing, but I'm sick. What does that tell you? That tells you that the virus is aerosol. Aerosol is the medical term to describe that the little tiny droplet and particles that come out of your mouth, even while you're breathing, can contain viral particles. How does that change the game? Well, it makes this infection very contagious because you can see somebody that is at a distance from you and talk to that person, and just that person talking to you, the little respiratory breath particles, microscopic little droplets that you can't even release. Let's see. I wonder if you can see this. Maybe you can see it the other way. Okay, here we go. Did you see anything? I don't know if you did, but that was me trying to cough. It wasn't really a real cough. The particles that come out when you cough, it's pretty obvious. If you're standing too close to somebody in line and they cough, you can smell it. Or especially if somebody sneezes, you can smell what's happening deep down in their lungs. If you can smell it, that means that whatever was in their lungs just got into your nose. That's infection. So until we get more scientific information, I'm going to say that this virus is aerosol. Maybe someday in the future we might find out that it's not, and that it just spreads like other viruses, like hepatitis, which can cause infection with a very, very small number of particles, or measles, which is also very contagious. But until somebody tells me otherwise, I think the safe thing for me to advise you, and right now there's only a few of you watching, if you choose to listen, you're gonna make it through this. Be careful. Don't follow the Moses social distance of 15 feet. Wear a simple mask or even a homemade mask or any mask that you can get anytime you're in an area where there are people, especially at the grocery store, especially when you're standing in line. With a virus that very well could be aerosol, meaning spreads just from breathing in a controlled... Okay, let's see this. Now I'm inside a smaller room. This room that I'm inside, this is where you're going to get the virus. If there's somebody else in here and they cough. If that other person coughs, this is kind of a contained space here. Okay? There's nothing much in this room at this point in time. But if somebody coughs in this contained space, you're going to get sick. If somebody sneezes, oh, you're definitely going to get sick. This room is very small. Avoid these rooms. Avoid these spaces. And if you do, you'll be around. We'll talk later.